It's time to start posting in the community and interacting with people. So let's dig into the features in Mighty of how you can do that. So once you do start interacting with people, you're going to get some notifications. So you may get them in your email or get them on your phone in the app if you did those settings earlier. But also at the top of the screen, there's this little bell and it tells me that I have 4 notifications, and you can, open them if you're curious of what they are. They'll pop up. It'll take you there, and I'm gonna heart this because you can like comments, you can like posts, you can also reply to people. We're excited that Kalina is taking a staycation. I'm gonna reply to her, hit reply, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. And if I want to clear my notifications because I've already looked at them and I don't need to respond to them or anything like that, and I want this little number to go away, you can hit mark all as read, and that clears your notifications. If there's a certain conversation or subject you want to look for, and maybe it's not specified in our topics or you haven't been able to find it that way, you can always use the search. So let's say I'm creating an ambassador program and I want to see who's talking about ambassador programs. So here's a post right here. Does anyone have suggestions for good readings or presentations on ambassador programs? I'm like, oh, and then maybe I look down here and I'm like, oh, on April 25th, we had an expert call about ambassadors. I bet there's a video about it. And you can start kind of connecting where the information is with the information you want to know more about. You can add your expertise as well, talk about your experiences with ambassador programs. And I would definitely say, no discussion is too old to add an answer to. So dive right in, and you can, like the posts as well. So if you are interested in going to one of our events, and let's say you're over here in the events and you're browsing them, or you got a notification there was a new one, when you go into an event, you can scroll down, read about it. This is an expert call with Jessica. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And you can reply right here. You can hit I'm going, maybe, or no. I've previously hit I'm going. So if I wanted to change that, maybe I'm like, oh, maybe. I don't know. Well, I am actually going to it because I'm hosting it. So it's pretty important I'm there. And then you can see the time here. In your profile setup, you would have set your time zone. So it should be showing in whatever time zone you're in. And you can hit this export to your calendar button, which will allow you to make sure that's on your calendar. And when the time comes, you can click this link and it will take you directly to the online video call. Now, all of our video calls are password protected, and we always put the information, what to use, right up here. So just make sure that you note it. It's just part of our added security for our private calls. So if you scroll down, you can see that 5 people have said they're attending. We have 5 maybes, and then we have 1 person that says they can't make it. If you can't make it, we record these expert calls, so that's great. We do also, besides expert calls, we have these member jams, which is the time for you to come once a month and just hang out with your fellow community members on a video call for that little face-to-face interaction. These calls are not recorded, and they are, again, private. That veil of CMX Pro Trust is happening. And you can bring your questions to, ask each other, ask us. And these calls are 45 minutes long, and you can come to one every month if you want to, or you can just come to the ones that, you're available for. We do try to rotate these member jams into different time zones because we realize that we have a global community. So that's how you go about RSVPing for events and making sure that you know about them. So if you want to go ahead and you're like, I'm ready, I want to get in here and I want to contribute, you can hit this little plus button, create, and you have a couple options. So you can create just a quick post. So this would just be like, I have, a couple paragraphs of something I want to say, and I want to, get some feedback on that. Or, I have an interesting link that I'm going to post and I'm going to give some context. So you can just hit that and you can add, whatever topic it's on. Let's just say it's on career development. Type in the interface. You can also add a photo. You can add a video. You can add an embedded link, or you can create a poll. We're going to cancel this because we're going to talk about other things you can create besides that. You can also create an article. So an article is a longer, more blog post, more in depth. And it kind of has some of the same features, but you can also add other things such as linking text and, make it look a little nicer. And then you can post a question or a poll. So questions have a word limit, and these are kind of formatted a little differently when you do post them to kind of call out. That's I have this quick question, I'm looking at a new community platform. What community platform should I get for X type of community? You can also change it to a multiple choice if you want to do a poll, hot or cold, or percentage. So you can kind of figure that out, what is best for your question. And that's how you get started posting content here. I also wanted to take you through our model library. So this is always linked in our featured section. Right here, CMX Models Library. I'm going to expand this post. And this is where we have things like our community canvas, which is the framework. So you can put together your community strategy. You can walk yourself through it and, get on track with your business decisions. You can look at our space model and figure out what type of community you're building and what value you're bringing to your business. You can learn about community member personas, the engagement cycle, the member timeline journey, community life cycle, community measurement strategy, and a guide about preventing conflict in your community. So all these guides are very much, if you need something, you can go in, you can download them, look at them. They're all our proprietary information that we teach to people and is part of your CMX Pro subscription. And as you're looking to post your own content and put yourself out there, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back, because I know how sometimes hard that can be. And, our community is incredibly welcoming and people are here to help you. When we did a recent health survey, everyone said that the reason they were part of this community was to, learn and grow, but also that they wanted to share and give back to their fellow pro members.